So in this document from NBC Montana, the funding was for $3.9 million. $3.9 million to pay for 120 temporary prison beds in Arizona. And it was part of a commitment from the legislator and the governor to invest in long-needed improvements for the corrections system. I agree that these inmates need facilities that should be humane, but they're spending $228 million on infrastructure projects to make the facility safer and increase its capacity. That means they're making more room for these kids that they are not investing in so they can be sent to prison. The expansions, the correctional resource, and more. So they're expanding right now, guys, to for any of these kids that are on the bad path. They're not doing anything to facilitate interventions, but they are increasing our Deer Lodge so that when these kids fail, they will hit 18 years of age, and these guys did nothing to intervene. But what they did is they set these kids up, which is exactly what the probation officer has said to me many of times, that the brick will be laid for prison. So before I go into my story, I want you guys to be fully aware of what is happening in Montana. And it is certainly happening here in Ravalli County. So you guys need to understand what's happening. So if your child or grandchild or niece or nephew are in trouble or they're becoming in trouble, there are hard criminals out there that are not being tended to. The one thing that I can say about this justice system, and I want it to be 100% clear, these officers go out every day and they try to hold people accountable. Every day they worked with my son in and out every day. These officers that fight the street, that fight the crime, that write the tickets, that try to hold everybody in compliance, they work their butts off. And that's where it stops. It stops there. When you get a ticket, your child gets a ticket, they go to the justice system, and the justice system does nothing to intervene. So I want to make it clear that it is not the officers in Ravalli County that are not doing their job. It is beyond the officers. And the officers, many officers that I've talked to are frustrated because they're not following through on these kids, and they're out fighting the fight and nothing's getting done. So I want people to be I want you all to be very clear. These officers work their butts off every day in and out. It is not the officers. It is the judicial system that we are dealing with that are doing nothing once these tickets are written, and they're saying, we have a problem and we have to do something about it, and nobody is doing anything, especially in our juvenile probation officers and juvenile justice system.